Welcome to Winning Wall Street's Money. Help support my channel. We need to get to 1,000 subscribers pretty much as soon as possible. So then I go live streaming because YouTube policy, they won't let me go live until I have 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to all the folks out there that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you have not yet, please take this moment now with helping me. Click subscribe. Next, click the bell. And next, click all. This helps you receive a notification when I post my next videos. Plus, click the thumbs up button and every time you watch my videos. If you got value from this video, if this was helpful, then please consider sharing a small monetary donation to my channel by going below and clicking on either my Patreon or PayPal links. If you join my Patreon page, then you'll get early access to these videos 24 hours before they're posted on the YouTube and lots more. If you prefer just leaving a small tip, click on PayPal. Either way, then you get that warm sense of satisfaction years down the line knowing that you helped me become a successful YouTuber.
Tuesday, March 15th, 11:17 a.m. Good morning. Happy Taco Tuesday. Do you like tacos? So my morning session day trade is done. I did total 3 trades and 2 were long, 1 was short. What I trade is the S&P 500 futures. Yep, those are directional. They're still derivatives. And I was trading the micros today. So I'm going to show you the charts, the 5-minute and the 1-minute. I'm scalping, which is part of day trading, but it's a faster in and out process of day trading versus maybe sometimes being in a day trade for most of the morning or half the day. The setups were drawn from a higher time frame, and then I'm looking for the triggers to occur either on the 5 or 1 minute. You can see my past videos when I explain some of that, or join my Patreon to get a deeper detail. We're looking here at the 5-minute chart. Yeah, the market's still open. That's why you see price moving. So the 5-minute chart here, see my icon, it's 5-minute candle. And I have a blue horizontal line label on top of it. So that happened to be the high of this morning since the market opened last night, if I recall. So I label that. I label that as a swing high. And then if we break above that, that may be my signal to go long, depending on some other things too. Yep. So once I identify that, I'm looking on the 1-minute chart. Now we're here on the 1-minute chart again. There it is. And this area, this yellow thing, is the pre-market session from 8 to 9:30. Yep. Going forward, we're getting closer to it. So if I keep both side by side, you'll see what's going to happen. But again, I'm looking for the trigger on a faster time frame on the 1-minute because the setup was on the 5-minute. So as we go forward on the chart here on the left, the 1-minute, we broke above it. And then I went long. I bought the contracts. Going forward another minute, massive pullback. Yep, a massive pullback. And also double tails on the bottom. So buyers stepping in there. The next minute, remember, these on the right of 5 minutes. So now we're in the 3rd minute, made a lower low, maybe knock some new traders out that were bearish, or also people that were just had a tight stop might have got knocked out. Nope, I had a stop that was further away. The 4th minute, look, another low, lower low. Testing the quarters, 41.75. Numbers really important to me. So now we're going to come into the 5th minute, which will make this new 5-minute candle here on the right. Yep, look at that. So lower. Again, I didn't get stopped out because I was still in the trade. Now we're going to go forward. Look, another red candle. So you can see I bought on the 1 minute, I bought at the highs. Shame on me. Really? Not really. Yep. And again, these red bars closing below the numbers level. And another one inside. And a massive spike up. Massive spike up. Let's look at the 5 minute. Yep. So you can see the 5 minute just before that spike is where I entered long. And then after that 5 minute got candles, we'll go forward by another 5 minute on the chart on the right, inside candle, and massive spike up. So again, I got in the trade at 8:22 and I closed at 8:30, and I made what was it? 5 points. Yep. So it was a fast trade. It's a fast trade. That was my first trade. Okay. Going forward, let's go look at the next one. Yeah, also notice when I saw this, I'm going to zoom in. When I saw this rejecting massive till on top, I was hesitant to stay in much longer, but thank goodness I had a working order to close it too, and it hit that. It hit it and closed it out because look at that massive till on the top. So again, already a bunch of people taking profits going short. Let's go forward to the next trade, which was at 9:41. There we go. Let's go up a little bit more. Let's go back one. Let's go move this forward on the 1 minute. So again, the chart on the left is 1 minute and the chart on the right is the 5 minute. What was my setup here? Off the 5 minute chart, see this inside candle on the top right? I labeled the low of it. Even though this 5 minute candle is yellow, which is equivalent to a red candle, it was inside the prior range and the current momentum was up. But again, we're coming into that time where things could be fast sell-off because we're still within the first 15 minutes of the US market open. So I'm thinking if we break below that, I might go short. Yep. So going forward now here on the chart on the left with the 1 minutes, and we broke below it. See, this is inside blue, broke below it. I went short. And this trade was bloody fast. Yep. Next minute went lower low, which was in my favor because remember that other trade I had when I bought it, it rolled over me. It took a little bit longer. Well, again, this moved so rocket fast down. My trade got closed out because I had that working order to close for 5 points. Yep. So it got closed out. Yep. All within the 2 minutes. Let me show you here in the 5 minutes how it looked. Massive move down. Let's go to the next 5 minute. Next 5 minutes of the inside candle. Let's go forward here. And let's look at the third trade. Third trade was at 9:49. That third trade was a bullish buy. Oops. Let's zoom in here some more. Okay, so the third trade, my single was on the 5 minute. Sorry, my single was on the 1 minute. The 1 minute. So going forward here, we had this inside candle made here on the 5 minutes. Wait, am I right? Yeah, my third trade was bullish. I bought it. And we had the inside candle form there. I apologize, took longer than I want. There we go. So, oh, that's what I did wrong. I want to label that blue anyway. Yep. So again, had the high and low, this 5 minute candle labeled and potential retracement further up on this big candle. So that blue horizontal line was the high, that 5 minute, and went long right there, bought it. And look, higher high, higher low, good, moving in my favor. Continue moving in my favor, that's good. Hit my target price and I closed it. It's 5 pips and then went higher. Yep, and then went lower. Let's look here on the 5 minutes. There you go. That was it. So again, the setup was occurred on these inside candles, which I like. But again, I'm waiting for the event to occur in the 1 minute so I could catch it earlier. And that's just what happened. I had work on a close. So let's go forward here on the 5 minutes. And look what I left on the table. Yeah, it ran all the way up to 4,200. Left a lot on the table. So again, you see, I closed here because that was a bearish pin bar, red candle. Yep, more sell-off there. So I was not regretting closing the trade there, because here I did get near the close near the high, and I made my target price. Yeah, small, 5 points. But again, who knows? This could have went a lot lower, 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 and then it reversed and went right there. Numbers. So let's look here on the 5 minute on the left. I mean on the right, just to see a little bit further where it went higher. And took out these white horizontal lines. They're the high and low of the first 15-minute candle, the one from 9:30 to 9:45. I label those two, look for trade ideas off those. So let's go here a little bit forward on the 1 minute. And you can see. So if I had multiple positions if I wanted to leg in and out, but I don't, I like to get all in at the same time and all out. So if I would start closing a few positions, I left a few runners, but I don't like doing that. So I close them all simultaneously. What that means is maybe I put my first trade, well, some traders would put one trade there, one position, and then they start adding in more positions as it goes their way. I don't like to do that. And then as they start making gains, they start closing out of positions and leaving some on. But that could work against you too, you know. So you could try that. Let me know how that works. Some people are real good at that. I just all in at the same time and all out at the same time. Maybe it's because the fast time frames. Yep. So that's it. There we go. So now you see how things went here too on these higher durations. What this is a lot of whipsaw. Again, this is just on the 5 minute and 1 minute. A lot of trade opportunities. I'm using this financial instrument, the S&P 500, because it has the best liquidity in the options market, the futures market, the equity market. Also, the bid and ask have a super tight spread, which is really good. And because this is a derivative, it's leverage. Each value movement is worth more than a penny stock. Yeah. And the good thing is, if you notice, look, I could trade here before the regular hours of the stock market. So another great thing about futures markets, wide variety of products you could trade. Let's keep this open so you can see a few things happening there, as well as the advantage that the movements have a higher value than a penny stock. So that means is, again, the penny stocks, the liquidity might be just for that morning session, maybe just for the first 9:30 to 10 o'clock. If you ever traded penny stocks, I traded penny stocks for several years, and that's how many of them were. They have a good liquidity from maybe 9:30 till 10 o'clock, maybe even 10:30, but sometimes just 9:30 to 9:45, 9:50. Not too many opportunities to have trades in those. Versus this product, the S&P 500 futures, I just showed you, I took 3 trades. There were more opportunities for more trades today, but again, for health and welfare, looking at a monitor for longer per day, it's not the best. And again, different events, different times of day could give better opportunities when there's more binary events. And this is not the only one I trade. Obviously, if you a Patreon member, you see the other financial instruments I mentioned. I look for either day trading or swing trading. Just note, I highly recommend you get skin in the game if you're not doing this, and then use, again, a financial instrument that really is good for day trading if you prefer to day trade. So not all financial instruments are as good. Like I said, for the years I was doing penny stocks, yeah, I thought those were really good. And then I just paper trade other things before I went into them and found out there are better things to be day trading, scalping, and that's the futures. And then the other benefit is also the halting. If you understand penny stocks, a lot of them get halted when I trade them. So it might halt for a few minutes and then reopen. But when it reopens from a halt, it could be either in your favor, better, or worse. That's not a common thing here in the futures market. So that's a risk when you're trading the equity market. Again, they're regulated into a different exchange. If you don't know what that halt means, it means if you bought a position or short, it doesn't matter, bullish or bearish, you're in a position and the regulators stop the stock from trading. And then you have to wait for that duration to end. And when it opens back up, again, it could be open up higher or lower in your favor, against your favor. That's just more risk added. And I didn't like that. That's not an issue going here in the futures market. And I'm talking about the US futures market. And I'm talking about US future products that have, again, the edge. So there's plenty of futures market. I'll just give you 3 more. In the equity market, like I said, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, and the Dow. Those are great financial equity indexes to day trade. Again, I prefer this one mostly. So that's why I'm doing this one. I just know a lot of other people prefer one or the other, the Dow or the NASDAQ, and they work out good this world too. Doesn't mean they each have doesn't mean they each have good setups at the particular moments, because they do trade a little bit different than each other as well. The setups be different. And the final thing is, yeah, currencies and those commodities I mentioned to my Patreon members. The specific ones are great day trading too, but not every session they're as good as the equity market. And sometimes those are other ones I mentioned, those currencies I mentioned, and those commodities are sometimes in the morning session even better, pre-morning session are better than the equity indexes.